Welcome back. Brad, we're to the fourth section of ITIL, service operation. Service operation where actually something happens finally. So, the definition is the service operation aims to provide best practice for achieving delivery of agreed levels of services both to end users and the customers. So what does that mean?
Yeah, that is a great question. Yeah, as you said, this really is the nuts and bolts, or this is the first thing that has teeth actually when you're executing something. And the first two segments, or the first two sections of this phase, are event management and incident management. So, we're going to tackle them together, but hopefully we'll try to delineate what's what. Basically, anything that comes in out of monitoring or anything like that is an event. And so it doesn't matter if it's an informational message, it doesn't matter if it's a warning of some sort, or if it's even like a critical event, it's some sort of critical notification that comes in. Anything like that is an event. Now, really the first job of the support staff is to discern which is which, right? And so as you look at an event, something that's just simply informational or no actions required, it simply is just that, an event. But it still needs a process that you go through to handle that. Now that event can turn into an incident, however. And basically an event that requires us to actually do something, it doesn't matter via automated means or via manual means, that basically is then an incident to tackle. And then as you look at the incidents, there's basically a normal one, and then there's basically a high level one, or a major incident. And so there's a lot of nuts and bolts in there. However, that's basically it at a high level.
Yeah, and then so now we've identified an incident, so the next step or natural progression is we need to request service. We need to, so you need a service request process. How do you do that? And that kicks you into problem management. What is this problem? And have I seen this problem before? Mm-hmm. So ITIL does some cool stuff. They build this known era database. And, because problems reoccur. And there's lots of times if you keep up a good database through your PSA, you can go back and you can find these trends and these occurrences that happen.
Yeah, and it's so funny to talk about problem management, because you're like, well, I don't know, what is a problem versus an incident or whatever? And again, the reason that ITIL is so powerful is that it has, again, a term means something very, very specific. And so you're right, because a problem really is something that basically multiple incidents are tied to, that they all have basically the same root cause, perhaps, right? And so as you're looking at that, and again, this methodology is it's so silly, but it's so powerful. If there is a problem, right, somebody is really impacted by something, how do you get them to a workaround status as quick as possible? Maybe you don't fix the problem, but at least get them back working, right? And like you said, go back. Have we seen this thing before? Yeah. Yes or no? And so anyway, the next phase of it.
Yeah, the next phase is actually the management functions, where you kick to the service desk, for instance, and they have what's called a SPOC, single point of contact. It's very important to put all of those into your PSA and get into a single local centralized virtual spot.
Yeah, and that is so powerful. We're all frustrated by calling, insert vendor name of your choice, and getting passed around to all these different people, and nobody just seems to take ownership of something. And you're right, that is the most powerful thing about an organization that actually runs ITIL, is that regardless of where it goes on the backside, you still are going to have that one person who's going to walk you around by the hand and make sure that your issue gets addressed.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think that's it. I think that we've covered it all. There's some more gory details down in there, but hopefully we gave you a good idea of service operation in ITIL.